guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me again today. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a patty melt. So for the recipe, we're going to be using ground beef, 1 whole yellow onion, garlic cloves, garlic pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, worcestershire sauce. Alright, so I'm just going to begin by chopping up my onion. So I'm going to make some caramelized onions, and this is going to take probably about 45 minutes to an hour. So I want to go ahead and get this started right now. And I'm just going to cut the onions into thin strips. I'm just going to be using my small cast iron pan today, so I already have it nice and heated up. I have a little bit of oil in the bottom there, and I'm just going to go ahead and add in a couple of tablespoons of butter. I'm also going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil. Then I'm just going to add in the onions, and then we're just going to let these cook. I'm just going to keep going and stirring them, and I'll show you guys as they get going what they're going to look like. Alright, you guys, these have been going for about like 40 minutes now, and they're actually kind of starting to burn in a few places, so I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit more. So I'm all the way down to 1 now. Alrighty guys, so I'm just going to go ahead, and I have just a pound of ground beef here. And if you guys need to make more burgers, this will probably make about 4 patties, I would say, 3 to 4 patties. I'm just going to take a small piece of onion, and I'm just going to grate some of it down in there. And I'm doing this so that I can get really small pieces of onion. Okay. And you can see it's all kind of stuck on the back here, and then all that onion juice too, that's going to give a lot of really good flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 cloves of garlic, same way here. Okay, it's all kind of stuck there. Put it down. You get all that from the back. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic pepper seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle in about, probably about a teaspoon of that. And add some fresh ground pepper. And I'm going to add in some worcestershire sauce, and I don't have that much left, so I'm just going to dump all of this in here. I probably have about a teaspoon, so. Okay, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt, about a ½ teaspoon, and that's kosher salt, so don't forget about that. I'm going to sprinkle in a tiny bit of onion powder, about 1/8 teaspoon, and I'm also going to sprinkle in a tiny bit of garlic powder in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to get in there, and I'm going to mix it all up. Okay. And then, like I said, we're gonna probably get like 4 burgers out of this. So I'm just gonna kind of like mark where each burger should be. Okay. Alright, you guys, they are really getting good now. So I'm going to just let these go just for another minute. Once they get to this point, you want to really keep your eye on them because they could burn pretty quickly. So just keep that in mind, okay? Look amazing! Alright, you guys, so a little trick that I learned a long time ago is whenever you're cooking like burgers, and if you want to test if you have enough seasonings and things like that, you can make a teeny tiny little patty and just fry it up, a minute or 2 on each side, and then you can taste it, and then you can see where you're at as far as your seasonings go. You give it a little press. Give a little crust on that side. Alright, tastes good to me. Alright, so now I just have my 4 little sections here, so I'm just going to kind of pull all the meat out of that one section. And press it down. I want it to press down. I want to press it down pretty flat because burgers do tend to like shrink up a lot. So I want to make it really nice and flat. just going to press it down in the pan too. All right, you guys, and then while that's cooking, I'm just going to use some Colby Jack and some provolone cheese today, because that's what I happen to have. And then I'm also going to use some really nice thick Texas toast. So because this is a burger, you need a really nice, like a bun-sized type bread, or some kind of bread that's really going to be able to hold up to this. So sourdough's good. Rye bread is great with the patty melt. This big thick bread is really good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these over. Whenever you guys are cooking burgers or any kind of meat, really, you want to let it sit on that one side for a substantial amount of time before you try to move it, so that it gets that nice crust on the outside of it. So I'll flip over. There's room for my other burger. Let me get that in there. So I'm basically going to be making a grilled cheese sandwich and then adding the burger in and all of that stuff. So I have cheese on one side of the bread, and then for the other patty, I am going to just add the cheese right on top here, as well as the caramelized onion.